I spent the last 7 months building our own operating system using Claude Code and vibe coding tools. And in this video, I will not just show you the technical part, but also the business backend and the journey I was personally going through developing this solution. I've spent the last 2.5 years building and selling appointment setters to my clients. I built 2 agencies, and both of them were primarily focusing on conversational agents, setters, and sales reps. We've went through 5 big versions throughout this period in the timestamp of 2.5 years, from just the brain, then having the brain plus the front end, the face, then having the real backend, then having a management system, and right now having the operating system. Now, the first phase was the brain, which was started on VoiceFlow. And at that time, it was working very well because it was still best in class conversational design builder, which was very visual. But the thing is that it was a pure backend with zero facing client UI. So we could build a brain, we had nowhere to put it in. And then we decided to take a step further and add the high level into the actual conversational agents and setters. Now, I want to make it clear, when I say we, I was alone at that time. So I was building VoiceFlow primarily by myself. Then I started to slowly introduce more and more people within our team. Right now we have a team of 10. So I started with the freelancers, contractors, and then got people full-time. Now, then we tried to scale this. We onboarded more clients, volume went up, VoiceFlow kept doing the great job as the agent. So 5 to 10 new clients onboarded every month. That was when the real chaos started to happen. So each license holder needed to deploy it themselves with our help. Every client config was unique, prompts, channels, data, voice, hours, different in every tool. And the configuration was scattered everywhere. When we realized that, hey, we want to start building the actual operating system, not just the front end, not just a layer, not just a management system where we would, have all the guidelines on the setup, where we would have all the prompts set up for all of our agents, as well as, the credential setup with the analytics. We actually need to have our own CRM-like experience, leads, conversations, as well as the campaigns. So basically the way it works is we have the lovable that is connected to the Supabase. And we also have the Claude Code that is also connected to the Supabase. But the Claude Code is also connected to the trigger dive because the lovable cannot be connected to the trigger dive. It can perform certain actions within the task, but it cannot deploy the actual task and debug them. So now we combined both tools, which are lovable and the Claude Code, and made them as a standalone developers. So 3 things this story is actually about. Pick the best in class. Don't try to get all in one solution. There are a lot of them on the market. There are a lot of the options. The Go High Level is the most obvious example because they have so many things inside their software. I am a big believer in using the A+ players for the tooling. Each version has to be forced. Don't try to force the update if you don't face an obstacle. Until it is scaling, use the current version. When the scaling stops and you start facing the errors, you can ship a new version and you can introduce the new tools. And again, the 2 developer setup, I mean, like, that was probably the best thing that could happen because we're having the lovable and we're having the Claude Code, even though both of them are working right now on based on the Claude Opus 4.7 still. I mean, yeah, like we're using, even for the Claude Code, we're using Opus because, again, I don't care about the costs. They are re-verifying each other and producing much, much better output. So everything is vibe coded, production ready, and open source for you guys to try it out yourself First link in the description. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.